Hey, what's going on everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech, and in this video I want to talk to you about seasonal overclocks. And yes, that is such a thing. It really just depends on your geolocation and where at that location you're setting up your rigs or your mining farm. Now here in Northeast Florida it does get pretty toasty, and I only have 2 rigs. For anybody that's new to the channel, I have an Nvidia system at the bottom, very mixed rig, LHR, non-LHR, old school, new school, and then at the top I have AMD GPUs. And we can see here in North Florida it does get pretty toasty. Now this was just at the tail end of summer, hitting 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and right now it's 79.7 at the rear side of my house, where I'm bringing in the cool air and then taking it out the front side. Try to keep it as cool as possible. And then when it gets even colder, because right now the ambient air temperature at time of filming outside is about 58 degrees. When it gets even colder, 40s, 30s, because it does do that here in North Florida, I don't even have to turn on my heater because my mining rigs take care of the heating for me. But I'm super interested, before I continue, to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below, you know, what are your overclocks? Do you have an overclock for winter? Do you have to downclock or undervolt or whatever you have to do to adjust your GPUs in the summer? Because I hear a lot of farms, or I've seen a lot of farms and talked to a number of farmers out there, that obviously with you being in an open warehouse, it's a different story when you're having to pull that hot air from outside during the summer and bring it out another section of your warehouse. They do have to downclock their GPUs. Specifically, a lot with my AMD cards, they're a little bit more thermal sensitive than my Nvidia cards, but either way, I can push these cards, all of them, a lot harder during the winter or cooler months than I can during the summer. And that's obvious, right? The more electricity you need to go through to these components, the more heat you produce, the more problems you face. So it's finding that right balance or mix for your GPUs. The overclocks that I say I have may not be the same that's best for you. And my biggest problem children are these 2 right here. So this is the RX 5700, both of these. One is Gigabyte and one is the ASRock Challenger that I had to Frankenstein, obviously, because the cooling mechanism stock sucked. And this card, the Gigabyte specifically, runs about 850 on the MEM. Now that's pretty much stock. And 850 on the MEM is more for Linux operating systems. If you're looking at it on Windows, it would be 1700 megahertz. But even still, I have to run this stock after the MEMS drop timings and all that stuff, because Gigabyte cards just give us a bunch of trouble. But during the winter time, I can get that up to, I would say 875. And then the ASRock, same thing. It sits anywhere around 875 to 860 during the summer, but during the winter I can get it up to 880, 885, while the rest of my 5700s can do 880, 890, 895. I can really push them really hard during the winter. But during the summer, most of all of these would be around 880, somewhere in that range as the average, while these 2 I have to manually tune just because they're just so much of a problem. On the Nvidia side, everything runs pretty good because of the way the coolers are designed. I'm not saying that AMD coolers aren't designed just as good, because you know MSI, especially this Trio design, is available for not only AMD but is also available for Nvidia. But my Nvidia cards perform a little bit better. They're just a little bit more stable, but they do like cooler temps. And if we look over here at the Hive operating system going away here, the 3060 is my big one. And we can see here that the 3060 is around 67 degrees Celsius. Even with the cooler air right now, it's still really hot. And typically it would actually be my 2080 that's the hottest. So it's only around 55 degrees right now. But because the way this GPU is set up, and as far as where it's located, right? So it's in the middle of the motherboard, has to be connected to a by 16 slot, one power supply over here, one power supply over there, and all these open air coolers blowing their hot air all over the place, specifically in the way of the 3060. So it's sucking in hot air, it's bringing the temps up. So during the summer, that card is reaching 72, 74, even with the AC on. And it's inconvenient because obviously I'm gonna need to downclock or tune the card a little bit better. So all of these cards are all susceptible to thermal issues, and I'm interested to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What are your clocks? do you have seasonal clocks, and share them down below. Summertime, spring, fall, winter, whatever it may be. That's going to pretty much do it for me today in today's video. I hope you all have yourself a wonderful day. Please do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button. Don't forget to get subscribed and hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out some of the links in the description that help support us and what we do here. You all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.